In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the last greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is yet another Wednesday, and boy, am I so happy to be here, guys. If you don't know me by now, I don't know what you've been listening to or where you've been, but it's actually my pleasure to meet you over the mic, and then I hope it's likewise on your end. But ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Tony Tone, the magician, the boy with a lot of flair. I am a classic man, and as you know, Wednesday evenings are specifically for the one and only Balls and Tees. If you don't know what Balls and Tees is, guys, we are the biggest social golf podcast. I don't even want to say in South Africa, not even in Africa, in the world. You know why? Because I'm cocky like that, and I will tell you that we've interviewed a lot of people who are staying abroad, a lot of people that are on the map. You get what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, for those who have joined us today, I just want to say a huge thank you. And for those who've been following us from the get-go, man, huge is an understatement. I just want to say I love you, and please continue what you're doing. Please continue introducing people to golf, and please continue supporting the one and only Balls and Tees, because without you, there is no us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the flow of the show. So, the first 5 minutes, I am here chit-chatting, introducing myself, telling you how lovely Wednesday is, how far Monday is from Friday, and how close Friday is to Monday. If you don't get the math, I don't know what you've been doing, but nonetheless. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's going to be happening. It's going to be a hot episode, and I'm not talking about the heat outside, guys, because I can't stand the heat. It's too much. It's 31 degrees here in Pretoria, Hatfield, and it feels like it's a 45-degree temperature outside. Is extremely hot. I cannot really maneuver. You switch on your aircon, unless in Nagitamaga for it too, because it's extremely bad. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, what is going to be happening today is that I'm going to be having a lovely conversation with my guest. We only have one guest today, and I can promise you it's going to be a fire conversation, because this man has just been doing the right things on the golf course, and I want to find out what's happening in his space. But before we go into that, I just like us to go for a 2-minute break, and then when we come back, man, I have to say it's going to be a beautiful evening, because I'll be introducing my guest, and then he will be sharing his golf life with us. But before I even go there, guys, I just want to tell you, I haven't played golf in the last 2 weeks, and I haven't been on the practice range, so I feel extremely rusty. So if you're out there and you want to play with me, please, not now. Give me another week, and then we can challenge me. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go for the 2-minute break, and then when I come back, it's gonna be hip and happening.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the last greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Invisible Ink Consulting, your gateway to financial success. We specialize in providing the best solutions to manage your finance and accounting, ensuring a better life for you and your business. Our expert team offers top-notch accounting and tax consulting services tailored to various industries, including but not limited to engineering, medical practitioners, in construction, non-profits, events management, attorneys and financial services. Experience the power of our best analytics, backed by a commitment to our clients and a high level of knowledge. At Invisible Ink Consulting, we strive to deliver the best service you can get, making your financial journey seamless and rewarding. Choose Invisible Ink Consulting for a brighter financial future. Your success our priority. Please visit us at www.invisibleinc.co.za to reach us. www.invisibleinc.co.za.
The Magician.
Are you ready? It's
The Magician. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? That's the main question to say. Are you really ready for tonight's episode? As I told you, it's going to be blazing hot. I got myself a lovely, ice cold Stony here. And guys, yo, it's hot. I don't even know how to express what I'm feeling. Maybe yellow bone, but nonetheless, let me leave it there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you a heated episode, and I'm not talking about drama. This is not a soap, guys. We're talking golf, and strictly golf. Anything that has to do with golf, whether it be golfers giving or people giving to golfers, whether it be golfers playing or people watching golf. That's all we are discussing here. I don't care if you're a professional or you are a beginner or you've not even picked up a club in your life. This is where everything is happening. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, tonight we're going to have a very, very fun episode, and I am joined by the one and only Mr. Nicky Mutiba. So please give me a hand in welcoming Ntate Mutiba. Mr. Mutiba. Hello, Mr. Mutiba.
Hello. Can say it was muted. A technology challenge. Sorry about it.
Not a problem at all, sir. Not a problem at all. The most important thing is that you were able to hear me and you were able to respond.
There you go. And how are you, gentlemen?
I can't complain much. It's just the heat that's actually crippling me. It's making me very immobile because, I don't understand where this heat is coming from, Mr. Mutiba. Maybe someone out there knows the source of this heat.
It's the sun.
100%. And how was your day today, sir?
No, it was exceptionally well. I practiced a little bit of golf and I did a little bit of driving. Met a couple of clients, new faces, new places. So, yeah, I just love what I do, to be honest, yeah.
Awesome stuff. I was hoping you were not going to mention golf. Now it has exposed you to say that you are not just an addict. You are actually spreading the addiction.
It has bitten. Once it bites, no, it doesn't stop.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Mutiba, I just want to say a huge thank you to you for giving us the opportunity to chat with you, and without omitting those around you, your family, your friends, to say, listen, guys, we really appreciate you guys giving us an opportunity to interact with Mr. Nicky Mutiba today. And I'm this kind of guy, man. There's certain golf courses that I don't want to play at. So, okay, we've got Mr. Mutiba back on the line. Mr. Mutiba, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. I was hearing you. I think you had lost my voice, but I was hearing you clearly. You were just about to talk about an expose, and you
yes.
There's a story that you had from a little birdie. Excuse the pun, birdie.
Yeah. So I was just saying, 2 days ago, I bumped into one of my friends, and he told me that he played at one of my nemesis golf courses, which I've been playing for over a decade. And this guy shot at a 33 there, and I was like, dude, how do you do that? How can you shoot 3 under par on a course that I hardly even break 80 on? And I've played longer than you.
Yeah.
So he just looked at me, he laughed at me, and he said, buddy, I put in the work. Where have you been?
Okay.
Yeah.
And which golf course was that, if I may ask, Mark?
Hey, it's Acacia, Mr. Mutiba.
Some golf course.
Acacia.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
hey.
Okay.
Lovely
course.
You also like it?
It's a lovely course. It's very challenging. It's not forgiving, but yeah, it's a lovely course.
Yeah, I like your answer to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I hardly find people who actually says, no, I love that course. I hear people say, no, it's a lovely
Yeah.
course. And I share the same sentiments. It is a very lovely course. The layout is quite lovely, but I don't know, something just happens when
Yeah.
I'm playing there. And maybe it's just my mindset.
It could be. It's one of those when you see water and you say, I don't want to go into the water, as opposed to there's the flag, I'm going to the flag. You see?
No,
Those the perception. Yeah.
100%. Now, Nikki, you mentioned earlier on that you were on the practice range. May I please
Yes, I was.
ask, what are you preparing for?
All right. So there's a friend of mine who invited me to a Stone Beach Challenge. It usually held. It's held once a year. Goes Sun City and Lost City. Just those 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized when I played in Soweto the other day that look, I've improved. Noting that I haven't been actively involved on the greens, so I haven't been following doctor's orders, being on my greens. So I'm starting to go back on my greens now, and I thought, let me just practice the swing, the wrist, and then all of those. You know, golf is a liar. You practice, it looks perfect, and then the moment of truth comes in. You go to Acacia, you go to Soweto, or whatever driving range or club that you're going to play on, and it's a totally different story. Yeah. But yeah, I practiced well, I must say.
No, 100%. And I mean, it's very interesting that you're saying, okay, golf is a very strange thing because when you're on the driving range, it's something else, and then when you're on the course, it's something else. I just want to find out from you, like, roughly how long have you been invested in the sport, like fully participating in the sport?
So let me give you the background to it. I'm one of the people who used to hate a certain type of car, but I eventually bought that car. And it happened twice.
Yeah.
So from fishing, I didn't like fishing until I did fishing and it got caught. And I realized that, you know what, I can be in a place where it's rain. I don't necessarily have to shout, but the calmness, the quietness, and you only challenge yourself. And if you didn't catch any fish, not a problem. But then I thought, golf, not me.
Yeah.
But because in the corporate space, I was a relationship manager, I was a key account manager. One of my directors at Cloud, when I was working for a company called Bright Insurance, said to me, you know what, I have a set of clubs. I think you should start playing golf because this is where you will meet influential people, people who have authority, and you probably will find business. So I went into it for the sake of business.
Yeah.
Little did I know that it was a challenge, not with anybody, but with myself, the clubs and the green and the scenery, and going home, fluking in my car saying, I should have. Maybe had I turned left, maybe had I.
Yeah.
So all of those challenges made me to go back to the greens every once in a while. So yeah, it was in 2019. And then COVID kicked in as well. Practice at home because there wasn't anything much to do. Had a net and had my clubs.
Yeah.
And Bob's your uncle. You know, you get invited for a pitch and play. And I was always getting an award. Ask me what I was getting.
Hey, before we go to the award, the longest drive or the longest part.
The longest day. I was the slowest in every course.
No worries. It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. But I just want to find out, when it comes to sport, your background, your background around sport before getting into golf. What sports did you play?
Yeah. So soccer. Everybody would have played soccer because we played leisure soccer, Ekasi. I was more on the martial arts. I am a green belt in Kung Fu.
Ouch.
And I used to dance as well. Yeah, so it was purely for me to be able to control my temperament. And it has taught me that as well. And the practice itself. So yeah, I was more on the martial arts side. Did a bit of dance as well, if you may call it sport, but it's an activity as well. And tennis, I come from, my grandfather stayed, my father's house is near Arthur Ashe Tennis Court in Central Western Jabavu, in Soweto.
Yeah.
So I used to play tennis there. Look, did a bit of aerobics, cardio, whatever, just for the sake of being fit, played a bit of squash. I got a medal in javelin when I was still in high school. And yeah, other than that, those are the actual major ones that I think I actively participated, and I even had, when you have a strip for something else, then you are an active participant when you have the gear.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because I mean, karate. You're talking about kung fu, green belt. Were you chasing the dragon belt? That's basically the red belt.
Well, I think more than anything, I was chasing that. I was going towards a competitive space, but I don't know. For some reason, we were doing it as an extramural activity, and when it was in a school called Open School.
Yeah.
So it was in Pritchard Street, and it was started in Sawa, and then it was in Pritchard Street. And we used to do extramural activities like English, arts, and drama. And Kung Fu was the activity, physical activity that we did, yeah.
Okay. No, but I still find it interesting. I mean, okay, let's say karate, dancing, you mentioned tennis as well. Those are high endurance sports compared to golf. And then I just want to find out your shift from there into golf. What's different about it? I mean, and this question I think would apply to every single person that's listening now, because we all come from different backgrounds. We've done different things. So I just want to find out from your experience, if you were to compare the three sports or the three activities that you used to do compared to golf, what would you say is the major difference, and how did you actually adapt to this slow-paced sport that's very soft? I mean, as a golfer, I know golf is very soft, guys. There's no need to actually complicate things. There's no need to even use your power. You just use your body.
The clubs will do the work for you, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an interesting question, because I remember when I said I didn't really like golf at the beginning. It was purely for that reason, because I thought, why would you want to hit a small sized ball, run after it or walk behind it for the whole day just to make sure that it falls into the hole? It was too slow for me, because I'm a hyperactive person. But like I said, it's when you get into the practice range, or rather when you start holding your club and you miss the ball a couple of times, that instinct kicks in that says, you know what, I can do this. Let me challenge myself. So if I was to draw a graph for it, it was hate at the beginning, and then participation, it stabilized below the X line, and then slowly but surely I started being active in it. And you'd see if I was to give you a picture of a graph going up, now the interest was starting to go up, not because of the sake of the interest, but because I wanted to hit the ball. And then you hit it a meter, and then you want to hit it 3 meters, and then you see somebody hitting it 250 yards, and then you think, but maybe I can do this. And then you use the wrong club, but hit it hard, and then now there comes the complication now, the mental stimulation. Like you're saying, golf is not necessarily too slow, because your mind works faster than your contact sport.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. No, I just wanted to get a view from your side, because I mean, if we look at the sports that you mentioned, it's mainly about power, speed, endurance, and yeah. And then when it comes to golf,
too quick.
Yeah. Right. So I just wanted to get your view around that, to say, okay, if you were to compare all of these with golf, what would be the similarities? And from my side, what I've known about, or what I've experienced with regards to martial arts, is that discipline and emotional intelligence is very key when it comes to those things. Right, so because they will teach you how to try to contain yourself, because I believe as you go higher up the rankings, you become a destructive weapon as a martial artist. now
you actually become one. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Now when you apply that mentality to golf, I don't know if you've thought about it in that way, to say, okay, I was in this environment. Now, I'm in an environment where the only actual weapon would be the club itself. So how do you then shift from obviously being used to using your limbs as contact, as points of contact, as compared to a club? That's what I wanted to get from you, to say, okay, how is that, and didn't it feel weird in the beginning?
Okay. All right. I see the analogy between the two, and it makes perfect sense in a sense that with martial arts, it's not only your limbs, your stance, your eye contact, precision. It's the practice itself behind getting a strike correct. In golf, there's a strike. In contact sport, there's a strike.
Yeah.
There's practice. Practice makes perfect. In golf, they're the same thing.
Wow.
In kung fu, I used to do kung fu called wunga. We used a lot of weapons as well. It's your sword. It is so anything almost nearly like ninjutsu. Anything that you can hold in your hand, you'd be able to make of it. So now, for you to be precise, for argument's sake, if I was to take a sword and put it on top of your head and I have to slice an orange in half, but in such a way that the sword goes through the orange and it still remains intact without one piece falling.
Yeah.
That precision is two things. It's the target itself and avoiding, of course, shall we say, you as a subject not being the object at a particular time. Golf's transition has the same thing. There's a little bit of meditation to golf, the same way as there's a little bit of meditation on your martial arts side. Remember, you've noticed most people who do Tai Chi would prefer to be outside.
Yeah.
And there are those stances that the horse stance that you do. Golf gives you the same thing. When your coach tells you your stance is not correct, you will not have more impact when you punch. A coach on the other side will tell you the same thing on golf, that you need to correct your stance. You need to have a point of contact. You need to swing relatively slower, but at point of impact, that's where the power comes. There you go. So you know, sometimes that's why I hardly ever play with people in a rough manner, because my for argument's sake, let me give an example. My hand might be 15 centimeters from your body, but the impact might be far much higher. Same thing with the ball, with golf. The philosophy of golf is you meditate as you think about the ball. You don't have 1,000 thoughts. You focus, you concentrate on it. And then the impact is, and you love that sound when it hits. The same thing with Kung Fu. When you hit an object and your knuckles hit the actual spot precisely, you will know.
Wow.
Yeah. So both of them they require a person who's relatively more calm. If I miss a ball in golf or a hole and then I break my clubs, then the temperament, you haven't controlled your emotions. The intelligence or the quotient side is compromised. The same way as in Kung Fu or karate or any contact sports or boxing. Just because you missed at the target, does it necessarily mean now that you're going to be emotionally drained and not focus on the next punch? Wow. Then you've lost psychology. So you see the two, it is exactly that.
I really, really like your explanation, and I believe a lot of people can relate, whether they be from martial arts background or any other sport, because I like how you broke it down to say there's a stance in martial arts, there's a stance in golf. There's contact in martial arts, there's contact in golf. But the key thing there is your mindset and your emotional intelligence to say, okay, should I not hit a proper shot, whether I chip the shot instead of hitting it or I slice it or whatsoever, I need to be able to control myself towards the next shot. And like you made reference to martial arts to say, okay, if in Kung Fu, the most important thing is making sure that the target, you hit it as accurate as possible. Because if you don't hit it as accurate as possible, then what you wanted to achieve will not be
Yes.
coming to fruition. Sure. I know.
Mm.
But I can tell you now, Ntate Mutiba, I will not play with you.
No. That was then. I think it's one of the. Although you don't necessarily lose the technique, the power, and everything else. But yeah, I think I've lost touch, man. Yeah, I've lost touch. Now people will be talking to me with their hands up here, their chest, waiting for a punch to come in. No. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You can even poke me. I wouldn't even dare touch you.
Yeah. No. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. In the golf course, I won't play with you because I'd be nervous to say, okay, shoot, should we actually be playing in a competition, or should I bet with
No.
you? There's a sword somewhere, or there's a dagger somewhere.
The club itself, the ball itself.
Yeah.
What about the cheap egg itself? I mean, it can be utilized to pierce your skin as well. So, yeah, but anyway, I've long moved from that. It's the same as tennis as well. Your tennis player, tenacity, they hit with their hands, they swing, they use their wrists, their elbows. That's why they would have an injury called the tennis elbow, their shoulders, the back muscles, the stance. All of those things are targeted at just hitting that particular object called a tennis ball or the ball to the actual location where you want to hit it. If you want to slice it to the left with a racket, you have to do that in squash, in tennis. If you're playing soccer, if you want to curve it so that it goes round the wall, it's a free kick or maybe it's a penalty, it's a soft shot. Do you want it to hit the ground and start spinning forward faster, or do you want it to hit the ground, stop there? Every sport has, and I realized golf taught me that precision, measurement, and more than anything else. I remember there's a friend of mine, we call him Mox. He used to say, when you have a club, remember, what is it that you want to do? What's the aim? What 7 of highly effective people by Stephen Covey says, begin with the end in mind. And then you take the first step. Those are the two principles that in golf, you always begin with the end in mind. What do you want to do?
Hundreds.
And you'll sharpen the flow here and there. What do you really want to achieve? Is it being a pro? Is it leisure? Are you going there to have fun? Or are you too competitive that, when people hit better shots than yours, you become angry? No.
Interesting. But now, if I was to ask you, Mr. Motiba, to everyone out there who hasn't played golf, right? Or anyone who doesn't have an idea of what sports they like, would you say that they should try other sports before getting into golf, or they should just outright get into golf? And this is based on what you've been sharing with me, to say, okay, there's similarities across these sports. It's just that you need to apply your mind at the right time on to say, okay, what is it that I want to achieve?
Yeah. So for anybody else who is interested in golf, what I've done is, and this is what I've been doing for quite a while. If I have a friend who's curious about golf, you don't necessarily have to take them to a driving range. Just give them a club, give them a ball where there's an open space. Remember how we started the show and I said, I miss the ball so much, and my only aim was just to have contact. Whether it goes a meet, whether I go past the ladies or not, it doesn't matter. So I would encourage them to be active participants. Take anybody, whether it's a young person, whether it's your lady or lady friend or your brother, take them through, give them a club at a driving range, let them hit the balls, couple of balls. You'll see they will internalize that mental map of accuracy. It will test their patience. And then they end up saying, you know what, maybe I should come back again. But it's only when it gets to the moment of truth, you take them to the driving and to a golf course when they have to walk. So maybe warning to them is, before starting golf, just know that the endurance mostly is with the walking as well. The hitting the ball, you said, easy swing, hit with the club, but hitting the ball and following the ball, because sometimes you become a branch manager, you hit the trees and then you go and hug the branch.
Yeah.
So it can be frustrating. So if you know you are a person with temper, please don't go to a gentleman's club. leave the gentleman's sports alone. But if you are a person who wants to learn how to control your temper and you are good at competing with yourself, not with the world, then I would encourage you to just go into golf. The equipment is very expensive. The gear is very expensive, the attire.
But it's worth it.
The golf course fee or the green fees, but it's worth it. In your budget. Let's not talk about our budget anyway.
No.
I'm a finance. If that I know, it goes somewhere else. Yeah.
No, 100%. Mr. Mutiba, let's quickly go for a 2-minute break, and then when we come back, I want to understand more about your golf now. We've spoken about comparisons between golf and different sports, and now it's about time we get into your golf and then put you on the spot. As I said, we've got an expose here, so let's see if we can expose you.
Yeah. Thank you. Go for it. I know it's not as harmful as it sounds.
100%.
The Magician. In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter. The Magician.
Invisible Ink Consulting, your gateway to financial success. We specialize in providing the best solutions to manage your finance and accounting, ensuring a better life for you and your business. Our expert team offers top-notch accounting and tax consulting services tailored to various industries, including but not limited to engineering, medical practitioners, in construction, non-profits, events management, attorneys and financial services. Experience the power of our best analytics, backed by a commitment to our clients and a high level of knowledge. At Invisible Ink Consulting, we strive to deliver the best service you can get, making your financial journey seamless and rewarding. Choose Invisible Ink Consulting for a brighter financial future. Your success, our priority. Please visit us at www.invisibleinc.co.za to reach us. www.invisibleinc.co.za.
Are you ready? It's
The Magician.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, it's the one and only Tony Tone, the magician, the boy with a lot of flair. I am a classic man. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying on the line with us and making sure that you join the conversation that I have with Mr. Nicky Mutiba. So, guys, we've had our first episode, our first session where we just tried to understand exactly Mr. Mutiba's background as to what sporting fields he's been active in, and he mentioned that he was very active in martial arts, and he made a few comparisons about between martial arts and golf. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me not take too much of your time. I just want to get Mr. Mutiba back on the line. As you know, this is that part where we need to start drilling Mr. Mutiba and make sure that Mr. Mutiba understands why he's on Balls and Tees, is to expose him, is to make sure that we know what's happening in his golf space. But I'm lying, we don't expose people here, we're just nice people. Mr. Mutiba, are you still with me?
I am still with you, my gentleman.
100%. During the break, I said, and I was like, Joe, I liked your philosophy around martial arts and golf, and then I said, and then a question came to my mind. The question was not so complex. It was very easy to say, okay, from my side as an individual, I'm always of the opinion that wisdom comes with experience and with age. So I said to myself, what's going on in Mr. Mutiba's head? Do you ever find yourself in a space where you would say, okay, what if I started golf at a late, or what if I started golf at the present moment? Would I have been better than if I started it 3 years ago? I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm not quite sure if at the end of the day I'll be able to explain it fully, or rather indicate it in such a way that it will make a satisfactory answer. Starting late does not necessarily mean that I would have been better, and starting earlier as well does not necessarily mean I would have become better. Like anything in life, if you have a mentor, a coach, excuse me, whether from parents or so, you might start late, but be shown the right techniques, the right exposure, the right practical frequency, and everything of that sort. Then you become far much better than a person who had started 10 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Had I had a coach prior, I might have been far much better than I am now. So sometimes it's not a matter of when you join. You know, most people join golf a bit later. If they have the perfect coach and perfect, I'm saying it literally, perfect coach, perfect time structure, perfect mindset, because we strive for perfection, we never achieve it. I'll tell you, I would say this philosophy that perfection seems to be chasing me, but I run faster than perfection, so it doesn't catch me. So, no, to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure if I would have been far much better had I started as recently as I started, or if you are going to be better earlier. Generally, with more exposure and more practice, more time, you get better.
Awesome. Now, Mr. Motiba, I did mention to you that we've got a bit of an expose here, and honestly, it's not really an expose. I mean, the only thing that I would like to find out from you, because I've had so many embarrassing moments on the golf course. I remember there was a time when I had just started playing golf, right? So I was still in high school, and on that particular day, we were wearing home clothes. So I went to the golf course. I think there was about 30 or 40 of us. We got on the golf course, and whilst we were just chilling around the green, we liked martial arts. About 3-4 of us, we really liked martial arts. So there I am, I'm doing a spinning kick and I'm wearing a jean. Hey, you can imagine what happened. You know, those jeans got torn from my knee all the way up to my crotch. And there were ladies around, so I had to take off my my shoelaces and tie the jeans up.
Oh no, man, Askis. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's an embarrassing moment. But you're over it now.
No, I'm over it now. And when I look back, I actually laugh at myself to say, what was I doing at that time? Because the only thing that I had to do was to focus on golf.
It was a spontaneous moment at that time, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I want to find out from your side, Ntate Motiba, if you've had any apologies, Mr. Motiba, for that. We were just experiencing a technical glitch. If we can maybe try to rephrase your experience there, my sincere apologies for that, sir.
No, it's understandable. These things happen. I was saying, as a program director of most of the golf events, I get a whole lot of stories. I listen to a lot of people talking about their embarrassing or moments that made us laugh. But as well as a person, I remember I went to one of the driving ranges around Albertina Sisulu Drive, N1 Albertina. It used to be called Marisburg off-ramp.
Yeah.
And there I was. I set up. I took it was a 5 iron or it was a 6 iron, and I hit so hard, Mark. One of the you know, we have those Egyptian ones, the brown ones.
Yeah.
It was just taking off. I hit it so hard on the eye, it fell.
Wow.
And it started kicking. I thought, oh my goodness. And what? Yes, I killed it.
Yeah.
I went to the the driving range owner, and I said, "May I please have it?" Took it home.
Mm.
My wife was embarrassed. My daughter didn't know what to do, but I went and I cooked it. I called off one of my friends in Devon and said, "How do I cook?" And I roasted it. Yes,
Yeah.
that thing is very
It's nice, ne?
but I wouldn't have known that is oily. I didn't know how to prepare it, how long I should prepare it. But yes, I've killed it. Again, I feel bad because one of them is without. Yeah. And then the other one, I was trying to hit the ball. I aimed so well. I usually hit the ground. Okay, I grab the land before I hit the ball. I usually hit the ground before I hit the ball.
Yeah.
So I think I'm so sure when I'm like, I hit so hard. And then I looked in the horizon. Nothing. Yeah, but there was the ball sitting. Saying, I think it was whistling, saying, hit me again.
And were there people around at the time?
Well, of course, there are people around, and golfers are gentlemen. Some of them look away and say, no, just try again.
Yeah.
But deep down, they're laughing, they are cracking. And you only hear that when we get to the clubhouse, that, Mun, how can you miss for a pitching wedge? You hit so hard, you miss. Yeah. So for the longest of time, I was scared of those hybrids, those rescues, because I really missed it. But until somebody said, no, just hit it hard, affect your swing. Yeah, it happens once in a while, Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry for me to laugh, but I mean, I just want to find out. Have you ever tried target shooting with rifles? Since you managed to hit a goose with a golf ball, have you ever tried that?
Yeah. Look, I've tried it before with those pellet pistols or air pistols.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, I think I'm more accurate with that. But it is just with. Look, there it was not intention, Mark.
Yeah.
I hit the poor goose.
Yeah.
So, like I said, what was my aim? My aim was to hit the ball up high, but it didn't get to the target. But hit an object that flew between the trajectory of the golf ball and the end point. Yes, yeah.
You just made my day. The way it's so hot today, I've been tired, but I want to thank you for sharing your story, and yeah, I'm energized now.
Yeah, thank you for that.
100%. Now,
and some of them are just embarrassing stories at home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can continue.
Yes, I was saying some of them are just embarrassing stories. Embarrassing stories at home. I know my wife is listening. You are going to go to golf and then take the clubs and put them in the boot in the morning, wake up as early as possible, take a bath and try to just hang around. But if your partner knows you, they know you.
Yeah.
What's we up so early? No, man. We just, Mark just called me with Tato and Sipo. We just want to have a 4-ball just quickly, and then we're coming back, knowing very well that we're going to tee off at 9:00. We're going to play the whole day. We're going to have the 19th hole.
Yeah.
And getting back home again, that walk of shame, you lied, but now all of a sudden now you have to come back with your clubs, and at night your clubs, they have
noise,
that thing of making, they make noise. I don't know why. Something you take off your spikes and those tires that they put in there. You're sweaty, you smell of men's drinks. So those are some of the most moments, because your wife knows you went to play golf.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah.
You didn't just make my day, you made everyone's day, because we all go through that experience of saying, okay, so and so called for a 4-ball, I'll be back at 2 p.m. But before you know it, it's 8 p.m. And
you know what I mean? Where did the time go?
You get what I'm saying? And when you get home, like you said, the first thing that will introduce you will be your golf clubs to say, okay, he's on the way. He's approaching the door. Yeah. He's getting in now.
Especially if you have a downhill or an uphill or stairs at your house.
Yeah.
That sound like when horses are racing. And because you played so well or you didn't play so well, And you know, because it's a gentleman's sport, you haven't seen each other for a long time, or you're meeting new friends. Excuse me. There's philosophy around the field. There's an outlook of life. There's an experience. There's somebody who's 70 years old, somebody who's 23 years old. You have jokes which are relatively gentlemanlike, and you have jokes which are endless in their own way.
Yeah.
You know, while we talk, can I crack a joke with you?
100%.
Just a quick one, eh?
Yeah.
So, 3 clubs went and met at a bar. So the first club, it was a pitching wedge, asked for, a pint of beer, and the barman gave it. Yeah, and then the second one, which was shall we call it a 9-iron, also asked for a beer, a pint of beer. No, actually, it asked for a draft, and then they gave it a draft. And then the third guy did not ask for anything. And then the barman said, "Oh, okay, what would you like to have?" And he said, "No, ice, water with ice." And the barman asked, "Why are you not having beer?" He said, "Because I'm a driver."
You must spend less time on the golf course. You need to spend less time on the golf course in that. But I'd like to say I really appreciate you sharing these stories with us, because for the longest of time I didn't have an excuse, or I couldn't even say anything. Whenever my wife calls me and I'm on the golf course and I'm like, I'm finishing now, 3 p.m. Since I teed off at 7 a.m., I'm like, 3 p.m. I'm done. Come 9 p.m., hey, man, this guy, where is he? Where's this guy?
And you get SMS.
I get SMSs, and then they call me, and I'm like, no, I'm on the way. 10 p.m., there I am, I get home, and like you said, there's certain beverages that will expose you from afar, and the clubs, they make that noise, and they know
the drive.
The driver most particularly, because there will always be a club that knocks it from underneath to say cling, cling.
Yeah. And what about at the golf course when you say I'm about to finish, and it's your second 10, and there's that bird. I don't know why that bird always makes that noise. The hadida.
Yeah.
Just after talking, I'm gonna be there, and it goes ha 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 ha. So
it's exposing.
So the golf. These are the light moments about golf, because most people tend to think golf is a serious sport, which is you calculate, there's mental stimulation, there's emotions and everything else. But we always have a lighter moment during the play, and even on the 19th hole when we've packed our golf carts and we've taken off our shoes, just wearing our beach sandals. It's that light-hearted moment where the world comes into perspective. We talk economics, we talk science, and then some of those social aspects, which is something I'm really, really proud about, the family days, promoting health and wellness. That's what I normally do, youth mentorship and everything. People don't understand that we speak investment at golf courses. It's not just networking for the sake of networking. And usually people, when they network, they say, no, you can meet rich people there. But what value are you bringing?
100%.
Just want to go and meet Abu Mark, Libo Tato, Libo Niki, Libo Sipo. What value are you bringing to the table? It's an opportunity for you to have an elevator pitch.
That's true.
This is what I do. Because we always ask, Mark, what do you do? Okay, you say, no, I'm so-and-so. My company does this and that. You don't say I'm unemployed. Just say, currently I'm a freelancer. I have these opportunities that I'm looking at, and I just need sponsorship and mentorship and guidance. Keep quiet. It's tee off. That's it. The guys you're playing with, by the 18th hole, they'll come back and say, you know what, you said something very important. You are in the logistics, you are in the manufacturing. I have a guy who knows so-and-so. You must play with him one day. I'll call him. Then there you go. A network, you are connected, but you're not going there to absorb and take and ask.
Yeah.
But so what value you can put on the table? Those are the people who are taken seriously most of the time, not just networking for the sake of socializing. No, we can go to Chisanyama for that.
100%. And you know what? I like the fact that you phrased it in that way, because in essence, what I've noticed is that as people, we lack the skill of pitching, of presenting ourselves. We're very good at presenting other things except ourselves. So how you phrased it now, it makes absolute sense to say this is actually the way to go. To say, listen, currently I'm looking at these opportunities, and this is what I can offer in return. Where people would say, hey. People complicate things, of which things are very, very simple. So I think we need to have another session where you teach people. Well, it's going to be called the pitching. Yeah, the pitch. Yeah,
well,
we need to educate people on how to pitch yourself.
The etiquette, the codes, the mannerism, and most of all, the approach. Because people will tell you, "Budaya andali uyenzile okanye how better approach." See, I would have done it for you, but your approach is towards
100%.
The same way as finances. If you're an impulsive person who, in finance, we usually speak about the behavioral patterns. You budget, but because you're impulsive, you waste your money. You don't plan your things accordingly. You don't have a strategy. In golf, we don't stress, we strategize.
Yeah.
Just because the first nine was bad doesn't mean the second nine will be bad. So in golf, I've learned one thing: don't stress, strategize,
100%.
stick to basics. Follow the lessons accordingly. So maybe as time goes, we'll have those conversations purely more on etiquette, the finances, the behavior. You're quite right. We'll teach people about beautiful things that even if it's a small liner that says do or don't do. I usually don't speak about don't. I always say do.
Do. Yeah.
Do.
No, I'd really appreciate that in Tatumutiwa. It's just that time has left us today. We had so much fun that an hour just passed by and I was not even aware.
Yeah.
And
all right, let me ask you the last question before you.
Mm-hmm.
How many golfers does it take to change a light bulb?
It should take one.
4. Thank you, man.
No.
I had fun.
I really appreciate Ntatemutiwa. And you know what the sad part is? I wanted to find out more about your golf. But now, we've been having so much fun that I missed on that. But as I said, we are going to have a particular slot, just you and I. And we're going to, iron out a few things that people are doing wrong on the golf course. Let's do the do's. Let's not talk about the don'ts. Let's talk about the do's. And
the
then
do's,
let's empower each other. Like you said, what do we bring to the table?
Yes. And remember, I'm a what they call Njanjai. I'm still new, high handicap, which simply means we can talk about those things that I still have more mistakes. I'm handicapped than somebody who's a handicap 0 who doesn't have mistakes. Then let's expose those mistakes so that people know that it's normal. I mean, if you don't break 100, what's wrong with that? You'll never get a 1. What's wrong with that? What's a birdie? What's a, some of my friends would ask, what's a eagle? What's that? We'll talk about these things and the language itself, the terminology. But thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope it was just a light-hearted one. And I enjoyed it fully. I realized that an hour has just gone by so quickly. Yeah.
I've never had so much fun in an hour. And I want to thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mutiwa. You must have a lovely evening, and I hope to meet you in the shortest of time. And you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to play with you. I noticed that there's no salt in your bag.
Now let's go play. So my parting shot is the simplest thing. Simplicity is the hardest thing to achieve. So whenever you simplify something, it becomes hard. So keep on simplifying, keep on perfecting in whatever field you are in, whether you're trying to address your family problems, your finances, your illnesses. Try to simplify everything as possible.
100%, Ntate. I want to say a big thank you to you and to everyone around you, and I look forward to meeting you, Ntate. You must have yourself a lovely evening, sir.
Stay on the greens. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, an hour just passed by, and in all honesty, I was not even aware of the time because I had so much fun with Mr. Nicky Mutiba, a light-hearted individual, and I can say from the conversations that we had, a very, very, very interesting individual, philosopher by nature because of how he phrases and how he views the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we close off the show, I just want to share the upcoming golf events that's happening all around our environment, which is Gauteng and South Africa. So we've got Langa Lasembo, which presents the foundation NPC. This will be taking place on the 11th of December. That will be the 3rd annual Langa Lasembo Foundation Golf, the 11th of December, and this will be at Country Club Johannesburg, CCJ, Woodmead Golf Course. For more details, please contact Abongile Ngwena. Apologies for that. Abongile Ngwena on 071-254-7123. That's the 3rd annual Langa Lasembo Foundation Golf Day on the 11th of December, and that will be at CCJ Woodmead Course. All right, and then following that, we've got the Beginners Golf Experience, which is taking place on the 2nd and the 3rd of November. So it is this coming weekend, and this will be at Kyalami Country Club. To RSVP, please contact 072-803-0160. 072-803-0160. That's Sibulele Tota. All right, and then following that, we've got the Maketa Mazibuko Fundraiser Golf Day, which will be taking part on the 28th of November 2024, and this is at Kilani Country Club. For more info, please contact Temba Mazibuko on 079-175-3729, 079-175-3729. So, further to that, we just had the annual Aloha Golf Day on the 25th of October. That was at Orkney Golf Club. If you were not there, you missed out. But we still have Brajo's 4th annual birthday golf celebration that's taking place on the 23rd of November, and that's at Kuru Creek Golf Estate in Mudimole. So that's Brajo's 4th annual birthday golf celebration, 23rd November, Kuru Creek Golf Estate in Mudimolde. Ladies and gentlemen, before I part ways with you, I just want to say I had such a lovely time today, and all the best to Ntate Nicky Mutiba with his golf. And please, if you believe that, or if you feel that you are more inclined to other sports, please come and try golf, because I believe that you can relate to golf if you've played any other sport. Like Ntate Mutiba said, let's simplify things in order to make them complex. With that being said, I just want to say the weekend has officially been opened. It is Wednesday, and I love Wednesday because it's very close to Friday. Friday, which is very, very far from Monday, but Monday is very close to Friday. So if you're working tomorrow, my dear friend, simplify your life. From today, I'm talking simplicity. Simplify your life. And if you're working on Friday, I nearly broke English, but make your life simpler. So it's simplify, make it simpler, and then simplest. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you once again for continuing to support us. Balls and Tees wouldn't be without you. And I love you so much. I look forward to meeting every single one of the audience members one day. And I would love to play with all of you. So if you're out there and you want a good challenge, I'm talking about myself, guys. I'm not going to speak names that I don't know. I'm talking about myself. If you're out there and you want a good challenge on the golf course, here I am at your disposal. Holler at us on our Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on Facebook. And you know what? Also, if you're planning a golf event, we want to be there. We want to help you out. We want to amplify your golf day. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you must have yourself a lovely weekend. I look forward to having a chat with you next Wednesday.